Welcome to the Rap Soul Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of music that moves our hearts and gets our feet tapping. This is the intersection of rap and soul music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. We appreciate you for listening. Share this podcast with a friend or family member who loves music as much as you do. The podcast is hosted by 12 Kyle. Next up, the Rap Soul Podcast.
There's no way that you couldn't have heard this song because it literally was the number one song for damn near a year. The group, Boys to Men, the song, again from the movie soundtrack Boomerang, End of the Road.
Yeah, of course. I cannot stand that song.
Listen, Jay, I don't know that there are many people our age who really still listen. We just heard it so much.
Yeah, I used to like it. It kept playing it over and over again. Like, okay, enough, get it. Those would play it at the end of like their show, graduations. It was just enough of it.
We literally could not get away from End of the Road by Boys to Men. If you watch BET, it was on BET. If you watched MTV, it was on MTV. If you listened to your local radio station, it was on the radio station. If you watched TV, it was on some type of TV show. The song was unavoidable. Welcome to another edition of the Rap Soul Podcast. I am your boy, 12 Kyle. I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. Again, this is the Rap Soul Podcast. This is the intersection where we have discussions about music and artists from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. Simply put, folks, it's the best music podcast that you've never heard. Shout out to those of you who are watching on YouTube as well as Spotify. Man, check this out. All right. We are talking about music again, obviously, because this is the Rap Soul Podcast. And this week we have a guest. Well, she's really not a guest. She's been here before. She might be part owner of the Rap Soul Podcast at this point. From the J Spot Network, my homegirl J Boog is back in the building. Jay, what up?
What's going on? I sit on the board of 12 Kyle Empire.
There you go.
So I'm a contributor of the network.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better. Got you back on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We did an episode called Jet Singles. I think it was probably about 4 or 5 months ago. And it was a blast, and I really enjoyed it. And we're going to do the same thing. And for those of you tapping in this time, the Jet Singles, if you don't know what that means, is back in the day, when magazines were a thing, if you were black, and Jay and I are black, if you're not watching on
That's
YouTube
what
and
they
Spotify.
say. We don't know for sure.
Hey, well, listen, I know I'm black. Power to the people. Now, some of my kinfolk, no, not so much. But seriously, if you grew up in the era in which we did now, I'm a little bit more seasoned than Jay, you know. But if you grew up in the era that we did, in a lot of black people's households, there was this thing called the Jet magazine, and most black families had a Jet magazine. Well, one of the things that was always great about the Jet magazine was if you flip to the back of the Jet magazine, it would tell you what the hot singles were for that particular week that the magazine came out. And so what I'm going to do on this episode is the same thing I did on the initial episode that Jay and I did, is that I'm going to go through some songs and that appear on the Jet magazine singles charts, And so the cool part about it is Jay doesn't know any of the songs. In fact, she doesn't even know the year. Now, at the end of the episode, I'm pretty sure she's going to know what year it is because I'm going to ask her, and she's not going to Google it while we're talking. But I think she'll get the gist of it. But again, she doesn't know any of the songs. So once again, Jay, welcome. And glad to have you back on here again.
Appreciate it.
And so are you nervous? Let me just ask, because I asked you that before. Are you nervous on this?
I'm not nervous. I like these settings because I don't have to prepare nothing. I don't have to like rank anything. I don't have to pick 5 out of 200. I can just sit here and react to whatever it is you're gonna ask me or whatever. So this is easy. This is not. I can do this.
So if I'd asked her to come up with her top 20 list, she'd have 45 songs right now.
I would have been stressing, yes.
And she'd have been stressing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it cracking. Like I said, these songs, the way that we're going to do is I'm going to start at 20 and go down as it's listed in the Jet singles. And I'm just going to ask Jay like some of her thoughts and memories of any of these songs. Now, before I get started, I'm going to do something that I did on the previous episode. I'm going to take a guess as to how many songs I think that Jay might know. So from 20 to 11, I'm going to say that Jay knows. I'm going to say there's 1, 2. Let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4 songs that you don't know. And that's 20 through 11. Now, when we get to 10 through 1, I'm pretty sure you might know a few more. All right. So without further ado.
You said how many? 4 I won't know?
Yeah, 4. I think there's 4 that you
out of the first 10?
Yeah, out of the first 10, I don't think you're going to know.
4 I won't know. Okay.
So the first song up is a song by a lady who is loved by anybody from my era who came up. Her name is Sade. The song is called No Ordinary Love. Do you remember that song, and what's your thoughts about it?
Of course I remember this song. I remember this song in particular because, I mean, everybody loves Sade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to, if you grew up in my household, in my culture, Sade was a staple in our culture. And I told you before, when I learned about Sade, I did not realize other people outside of Black people listened to Sade until I went to her concert. I didn't even realize she was
You've seen her in concert?
British or African. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was
never
one
seen
of my
her in
best
concert.
experience. Oh, it was, that's when I remember, I think I told you this, because this is when I was like, okay, wait a minute. This white man over here getting down, he know every word. This white lady up here, like it was so cultural. It was like so many different people, and it was such a chill thing. We went at, if you guys from Houston are listening, it was at the Cynthia Woods Pavilion out in the Woodlands, and it's one of those amphitheater type of things where it's like covered up, but most of it is on the grass or out. So I'm on a blanket with my friends under the stars listening to Sade, and India Irie opened for her. We got there late, so I missed her. I think we heard the last song, and then Sade came out, and it changed my life. I did not. She sounds like the record. I thought she was lip syncing the whole time until she choked and started coughing, and I'm like, what? This lady, like, it was mesmerizing. I don't know. It was just like, I have to do this a lot. Like, that's when I was like, I need to start going to concerts because this is amazing. But yeah, Sade and No Ordinary Love. Yes. Me and my friends used to, I have a group of friends who can really sing, and they had like a singing group back in high school. I couldn't sing, but I could hold a note. So my friend would call me. This is what we used to do back in the day because we ain't had nothing else to do. Call, and we would sit there on the phone watching videos, and then she was like, okay, this is your part. You got to sing No Ordinary Love. And I had the low part, and she had the high part. We would sit there and harmonize. I am not lying. I could call her up right now. That's what we used to do, so I remember that song. And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you know, now that I think about it, you did tell me about the concert. Yeah, that is amazing. I love Sade. I love Sade. Man, that album. Oh my God. And you know what? I don't think that's one of the few albums I don't think that I've done an album review for. So it's on my list.
Should.
So there will be an album review this year on that album.
You want to talk about somebody? Sorry, that
go
could
ahead.
Walk out. You think about Michael Jackson just standing there screaming. Sade was not a dancer or nothing. She just sits there and sings. She might do a little two-step, but she would like lift her arm, and the crowd's like, like going crazy. And it's like, or she'll turn a certain way. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah. I gotta see her, man, before she stops, and I know, and Sade don't come outside for everybody. So, next time she's on tour, I gotta definitely see her.
Check it out.
So she comes in at number 20. Now, number 19, I'll be honest, I don't really know this song that well. And when I listened to it probably about 5 minutes before we came on the air, and I kind of vaguely remember it, but the song is called Ain't Nobody Like You by Mickey Howard. Do you remember that song?
I would have to hear it. I know who Mickey Howard is.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't remember that song, but that
I don't remember it either.
It could have been playing. If it was on the top 20 Jet singles, it had to be on the radio. So I'm pretty sure if I heard it,
it was definitely
I
radio.
might know it, but not off the top of my head, no.
When we finish recording, go play it. When you play it, you'll probably be like, yeah, I think I remember this, because I think I remember it. But it's like, it's and I remember songs from Mickey Howard. I remember Mickey Howard very well.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember this song. So that's cool. And I had this one as one that you wouldn't know.
Okay, so there you go. You got one.
So the next track, there's a very, very interesting thing about this next track. But before I talk about what's interesting about the track, let me tell you who made the track. Coming in at number 18 is a guy by the name of Al B. Sure, and the song is called Right Now. Do you remember Right Now?
Right Now. Is it? Yes, something, right now, something. I remember this. Wasn't that the same song he did for Tevin Campble, but he just changed the words a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same song.
Baby, I learned my lesson. Yeah. Okay.
Tevin Campbell's Alone With You and Al B. Sure's Right Now. It's the same exact song. In fact, like Jay just said, part of the chorus is "Girl, I've learned my lesson," which Tevin Campbell obviously says in "Alone with You." But it is and I'm like, when I heard it, I'm like, because when I saw it written down, I was like, okay, let me just check. And when I went to play it, I'm like, how do we let him get this off? Like, this is crazy.
Nobody cared.
Clearly, nobody cared. And I got to go back and see. I know Al B and Kyle West were in the productions on it. I'm not sure who actually produced it, but I know that they contributed to it. But I figured you would know that one. But yeah, Alone With You from Tevin Campbell, it's the same song, and Al B. Sure has a video for it as well. So okay, Jay, you're doing pretty good.
Yep.
This one right here, I know you know. It was, I want to say it was the lead single off one of my favorite movies of all time. The movie is called Boomerang. The song, she was a new artist at the time, Toni Braxton. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
I'm sick and tired of men using love like it's some kind of disease you just catch. Don't get me started. That's my movie. I can quote that whole part.
I know the whole movie like the back of my hand, Jay. I know the movie I know it like the back of my hand. But yeah, what did you think about that song?
I liked it. I mean, I liked the one she did with Babyface better, because I think that was also on there too. And I will give you
my heart.
My heart. I like that one better. I don't know why. I just liked it. But I liked Love Should Have Brought You Home because it was part of the movie. Like literally, I'm assuming Babyface wrote it, or maybe Toni did with him, but they're singing the lyrics of what Halle Berry is saying to Marcus or Eddie Murphy in the movie. But yeah, I like that song. I don't dislike it. I just like Give You My Heart better. But yeah.
Okay.
I like
Give You My Heart is up tempo. But I love it. And I didn't know much about Toni Braxton before she came out. And like I said, I want to say, I think for me, that might have been the first time that I heard her sing or heard of her.
Was it that one? Give You My Heart didn't come out first?
It may have been.
She was just hot that year because she came out with Babyface. Obviously, Babyface is the popular person around that time, and then she had her own single with Love Should Have Brought You Home. It was a short haircut, the same thing, kind of not the same, but like Halle Berry had the little mushroom cut. Toni Braxton had the real short cut, and then everybody else had those short cuts during that time. So
listen, all the ladies in the 90s didn't have head shape for that cut either. So that's why you didn't see. We saw it a lot, but everybody couldn't rock it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah. Just like every dude couldn't rock a high top fade. Everybody couldn't rock that cut.
Oh, they tried.
I know they did. But yeah, she was beautiful, and I love that song. Number 16. I would be surprised if you knew this one. The group is called After 7, and the song is called Kicking It. it got some radio play, but I don't remember it. Do you remember Kicking It by After Seven? I know you.
I know
you
who After Seven
yeah.
is, but Kicking It, not off the top of my head. Again, like if I heard it, I probably would know it just because if radio was big back then, so if they played it on the radio, I probably heard it. But no,
yeah, same,
I don't know
same.
that.
It's a cool song. Don't get me wrong. I get and understand how and why it made this list of the Jet singles. But no, I don't remember. And I played it, and even when I played it, I was like, okay, this kind of sounds familiar, but I was moving around. I was outside. Number 15, the queen of hip hop soul, Miss Mary J. Blige. The song is called Real Love.
Yeah. Of course, who don't know Real Love?
I mean, well, some people, I mean, Jay, you got to remember too, folks, and Jay's talked about this before. There was a point in your life where you didn't listen to a lot of secular music and you actually had to kind of sneak and listen. So I don't know.
I also lived with my grandparents for a certain amount of time where I was spending a lot of time over there. And my grandma didn't care because she was doing whatever long as she can watch her stories and her Murder, She Wrote and Perry Mason and all them, and I didn't interrupt that. I can do whatever I wanted outside of that. So I can watch BET and Video Soul and watch all those all day. MTV, it was only when my mom was around that I couldn't watch it. Plus, my uncle lived there for a little while I was there, so he also had the music. So yeah, I mean, but by that age, I had already had my stash of music that long as she didn't see it, I don't think my mom really cared at that point. I just couldn't play it in front of them.
When you said stash, I thought you was about to say drugs.
No, music was my drugs. When other kids were stashing drugs and porn or whatever you ain't supposed to, I was hiding music in hip hop books. That's
nobody was hiding porn.
Well, tell that to some people that I knew was hiding porn. Those Playboy magazines.
Oh,
yeah.
It wasn't Playboy for us. It was Black Tail. Get it right.
Was it Black Tail?
Black Tail, yeah.
I don't know what y'all were looking at. I saw Playboys at certain times. For
people who weren't into white women, it was Black Tail. So that would be me. So no, I ain't. Playboy was, it was okay, but I mean, I don't really find white women.
I never heard of Black Tail. But maybe that's good for me that I never saw that. I don't know.
I was about to say, if is your uncle still with us?
Yeah.
Ask him.
I'll ask him.
Ask him.
He's probably like, girl, why you don't be asking me no stuff like that?
I'm willing to bet that your uncle probably had a trunk full of Black Tail. Because every player in the 80s did. I don't even know how we got on that subject.
How did we? Oh, stash.
Mary J. Blige. Yeah, right. Stashes. Mary J. Blige. Real life. What can I say? I was one of those people that like really fell for Mary J. Blige the first time I saw her and I heard her. She's still one of my favorites. It's weird because but I always go back to her old music. Like I'll listen to her more recent stuff, but it don't stick with me like the old stuff does. So, what's the 411 album? My Life is everything.
Real Love with the baseball jersey.
Yes.
The hat to the back.
Yes.
The oversized jean
she had the dancers
because she had the jacket. You have the dancers, the baseball cap where you could put a ponytail through. Like,
yes,
I remember that. Yeah, she was trailblazing during that time.
That was the quintessential. She had the quintessential 90s B-girl look, and I loved it. I loved it. I don't particularly care for, or never really have cared for Puff, but he was on one when he helped that image build for Mary J. Blige. So yeah, Real Love.
Lisa Hilton, I think she was the one that actually came up with the looks for everybody. Yeah.
Yep. She was very influential. Very influential. So that's coming in at number 15. Number 14, I'm almost positive that you've heard this. The group is called Arrested Development. The song is called People Every Day.
Everyday people. I didn't know it was called People Every Day. Why didn't I know that?
I didn't either. I thought it was Everyday People.
That's what I thought.
they have it listed in here is every day is People Every Day. Maybe I should Google it just to see. But yeah, Arrested Development was cool.
That was like I don't want to give it away. During that era, it was so cool of like how eclectic you could be during that time. Because just look at what you have already. Sade, Toni Braxton, Arrested Development, Mary J. Blige, all different kind of genres mixed in that were everybody tuned into.
Yep.
It was a dope time. It was a dope time.
It really was. It really was. And yeah, the song is called People Every Day. I thought it was Everyday People. I'm just now learning.
Right. I'm 20 years old,
30 years later, that is People Every Day. I like that song. I think Arrested Development was really cool. It was just like you said, a different movement, and they were eclectic, and they weren't, what they were talking about and the type of music and vibe they had. They was on some different shit, and it was cool, and they were different. And one of the things that I liked about them was that they made it, or at least they tried to make it feel like, we make cool music and we're okay, and we might be a little weird, we might dress a little weird, we might talk a little weird, but we're cool. And they were themselves. And I think the authenticity, showed in their music. So I really like them a lot. I want to say I had the tape. I think I bought the tape and somebody stole it. But yeah, that's number 4.
And a
14,
message.
excuse me.
They always had a message.
Oh,
and it
definitely a message.
Like, we have to stay together. We the people have to be together. Like, don't let them trick you or whatever. So yeah.
For sure. This next one, it actually comes from hip hop. I'm not so sure if you know this song. The group is called EPMD. Eric and Parrish Making Dollars. The song is called Crossover. Do you remember Crossover?
Yeah.
What?
I can't spit it to you, but I remember that because I remember the Green Eyed Band that Can't Stand It. I remember who who they were. I didn't really listen to them, but I do remember Crossover was popular.
Yeah.
So I do remember that song. I didn't listen to them a whole bunch, but I remember Eric Sermon.
Yeah, Eric Sermon, Parrish Smith, EPMD, Eric and Parrish Making Dollars. That's what it stood for. One of my favorite groups to come out of the 80s, 1988. They dropped their debut album, Strictly Business. This song right here, yes, I know all the stats. This song right here, Crossover, talked about doing just that, crossing over on the pop charts. And what they were doing was just saying, like, because at this particular time in rap and hip hop, it wasn't cool to be like to making pop records. Like you were actually shunned and looked down upon for crossing over and having your videos played on MTV or having, your songs getting played a lot on the radio. And so they were kind of making fun and saying like, hey, we make our funky music. We're not trying to cross over. Now, if you make your music and it happens to cross over, then that's something different. But setting out to make a pop record, that wasn't what they were about. And so I'm definitely happy that this one popped up on the list. And I'm surprised that I got you. You got me on that one. I didn't think you'd know that one. Number 12, Chuckie Booker, and the song is called Games. Do you remember Chuckie Booker?
Yeah, Chuckie Booker. Why you wanna? Is that one? Playing games on me. That's my jam. My favorite.
Yes.
Why you?
Yes.
Why? That's my favorite part.
I wasn't sure if you knew that.
Oh yeah. One. I don't know a lot of Chuckie Booker songs, but I remember that. Now it's throwing me off of this time frame because I don't know. I'll listen to the rest of the list, but it's throwing me off now. But shout out to Chuckie Booker because my cousin, who is a music artist, shout out to Makita, she worked with Chuckie Booker.
Okay.
Not too long ago, and she had posted some stuff with him in the studio. So he's still out there doing music. Yeah,
that is good. I love to see artists that we came up on that aren't necessarily out in front making YouTube and TikTok videos, and that they're still making music. That's good, man. That's good.
Yep.
I remember one time me and Eclectic were recording an episode, and I mistakenly thought I got Chuckie Booker and Kashif mixed up. And so he said something about Chuckie Booker, and I said, rest in peace. And he was like, man, what are you talking about? I said, ain't Chuckie Booker gone? He's like, no. He's like, man, that's Kashif. And I was like, oh, my bad. So I apologize again for killing Chuckie Booker. That was Kashif, rest in peace, who passed away. Okay, so you got that one right as well. All right, so now number 11, we got Vanessa Williams, and the song is called Work to Do. Do you remember that song?
Nope. Is it? I got work.
That's
no,
it,
that's somebody
right?
else.
No, that's
I got
it.
a job,
that is it.
baby.
That's it.
I want to work. Oh, okay, that was her. Did somebody else remake that?
I don't
Why
think
do
so.
I feel like it's a remake of an older song?
It could be.
That's what it is. Okay, but yeah.
I
remember Vanessa, work, and she's out there doing her little dances. Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, she had a couple of little up-tempo. Vanessa Williams, very talented. I mean, obviously beautiful. She was Miss America, but she could act, she could sing.
Wait, what is it work until you get... Did I sing it right the first one?
No, the first one you got right. What you're saying now is not right. At least I don't think it is.
Work. You got to work.
No, that's now that is Jasmine Guy. No, not Jasmine Guy. That's Tisha Campbell.
Is that Tisha Campbell?
That's Tisha Campbell.
Oh, that is.
That is Tisha Campbell.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, I almost got confused.
Okay, so Vanessa,
with
the first
Guy.
one I was right. Okay.
Light-skinned women. That's all it is. Light-skinned women.
I forget, it melted together back then. Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and on the other side of the break, because we've already gone through 20 through 11. On the other side of the break, we will go through 10 through 1. Sit tight, we'll be back in just a second. And just like that, we are back. Once again, it's your boy 12 Kyle. This is the Rap Soul Podcast, kicking it with my homegirl J Boog, and we are talking about the Jet singles. This is episode part 2. As you can see in the first part of the episode, J Boog she knew everyone but all but one, I think.
Two.
Okay, so 2. So it was Ain't Nobody Like You and the After 7 joint, Kicking It.
Yeah.
So you're doing your thing so far. You're doing your thing so far. Like I said, there's no contest or anything. I'm just interested to see which one of these songs that she knows. Now, before we get started on this list, I'm going to guess that she knows every song from 10 to 1. No pressure,
okay.
but I'm going to guess that she knows every song. There might be one that she might not know, because there was one that I didn't know. Well, I'm not going to say I didn't know it, but I'm not as familiar with it as I probably thought I was. So, number 10. If you were around in this particular era, there's no way that you couldn't have heard this song, because it literally was the number 1 song for damn near a year. The group, Boyz II Men, the song, again from the movie soundtrack Boomerang, End of the Road.
Yeah, of course. I cannot stand that song.
Listen, Jay, I don't know that there are many people our age who really still listen, or I don't want to say, I don't even know if it's that we dislike the song. We just heard it so much.
Yeah, that's what it is. I used to like it until they kept playing it over and over again. It's like, okay, enough. We get it. Like, shows would play it at the end of like their show, graduations. Like, it was just enough of it.
We literally could not get away from End of the Road by Boyz II Men. Like, if you watch BET, it was on BET. If you watched MTV, it was on MTV. If you listened to your local radio station, it was on the radio station. If you watched TV, it was on some type of TV show. Like, the song was unavoidable. Again, and it was greatly placed in the movie Boomerang. Like I said, one of my favorite movies, but we got tired of that song very fast.
It was on the charts for like,
literally,
I don't know,
like a year.
Google how long it was on there. It was 50-something weeks.
Yeah, it was like in the top 10 for like a whole year.
It was enough.
Yeah,
I did not want to hear it again. Yeah.
So, to be honest, now that I think about it, Jay, I can't tell you the last time I've heard it. It's been a couple of years since I've heard that song.
Yeah, same here. I wasn't even thinking about it until you just brought it up. It's been that long.
So yeah, coming in at number 10, obviously, End of the Road by Boyz II Men. No, and again, I love Boyz II Men. great group. That song got old very fast.
Yep.
Next song, coming in at number 9. I don't even have to tell you the group. I can just sing the song. All I want to do is zoom, 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 in a boom, boom.
Rex and Effect. Shake Your Rump, or Rump Shaker is the name of it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I remember that. Yeah. Rex and Effect with Teddy Riley, because he was in every group that ever came out.
The New Jack Swing in full effect.
Yep.
You know what, Jay? I wonder what, because I remember the Rump Shaker video very well, very vividly, as a young man.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Rump Shaker would look like in 2026.
We see. I mean, that's just normal life now. What do you mean?
I mean, because here's the thing.
I'm scared to see what their version of a Rump Shaker would be. It would no. It's already.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, at least in the time frame in which this video came out and the song was out, the bodies were natural. Bodies aren't really natural anymore. So a Rump Shaker video in 2026? Oh,
that's what I'm saying. We already see that. I mean, we see it in just everybody is so open and free these days. Like I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but we see it. So I don't know what would be that version, because a lot of people wanted to ban or censor those type of videos where it got to the point where that's where what was it, BET Uncut came from?
BET Uncut, yeah.
Because, it was getting out of hand in those days. Nowadays, that's what
Instagram.
you see no matter what. So what would you see now that would be an equivalent to that? I have no idea. I don't want to see it.
That's a typical Thursday on Instagram.
Yeah. Just open up Twitter. It's right there.
Oh, I forgot about Twitter. Yeah, Twitter is you can see a little bit of everything on Twitter.
Right.
But yeah, a rump shaker video, yeah, it would be kind of wild, because again, the bodies were just different. But the song was an ode to the body, and it was fun. I mean, you weren't going to confuse Rex and Effect with Run DMC or anybody. I mean, like, they didn't blow you away with their lyrics, and they weren't super lyrical, and but Teddy Riley was a great producer, and like I said, the New Jack Swing was in full effect at the time, so it definitely has place on this list, coming in at number 9.
I think I have that single on tape somewhere.
You probably do.
Yeah.
There were very few people who didn't have that. If you didn't buy the album, at the very least, you had the single.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 8, guy by the name of Mad Cobra. The song is called Flex. Do you remember Flex?
Mad Cobra. He was reggae, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flex, time to have sex. Something, something, something. We used to confuse him with Shabba Ranks, not by the looks, just by listening, because everybody thought if it was reggae, it had to be Shabba Ranks.
Right.
But yeah, Flex, time to have sex.
Yes. Yep. Love this one. I actually bought the single.
Did you really?
And here's the funny thing. I trip out people when I say this. Like, I wasn't a big fan of reggae. Still aren't. I'll listen to it, but I'm like, I could probably name, I don't know, 10 reggae artists, and that's it. I don't really know.
I had a phase that I was really into reggae music. Yeah, in college.
I could see that. I could see that. I don't
know. It was a guy that I had a crush on. He really
I could see that too.
Music, and so I was just like, not that I listened to it because of him, but I was like, when he was playing it, and I was like, oh, I like this. We actually started working together, and then he would let me listen to some of the music. I really started to like it. So yeah, I had a phase of probably a couple years of just listening to a lot of reggae music.
And I never could make it to reggae, but I'm not surprised that you did. Number 7, I know for a fact that she knows this song. And the reason why I know this song is because of a secret that I'm going to share with you all. Now, if you've been following us and following the podcast, you know that J Boog was once a member of this group back in the day. Something happened. She's never told us how or why she wasn't in the final cut for the group, but the group is called TLC. The song is called What About Your Friends?
Yeah, of course. Of course I know this song. TLC, the best, highest selling female group of all time worldwide. facts are facts, baby. I don't know why they don't get their props. I don't know what happened that people like to kind of blackball TLC and don't like give them their props for their contribution to music, especially when they ran it most of the 90s. But you know, that's still my group, still my girls. I always have them, my little Funko Pops right over here. Y'all can't see them, but
y'all can't see. She got some platinum plaques on the wall too.
Yeah, my plaques up there. But yeah, that's my group forever and always.
So I have a question. Do you consider TLC to be a rap group or a singing group or R&B group? Because they did a little bit of it all.
They were a singing group with a rapper.
Okay.
So I think they kind of was the trailblazers in that. Because after that, you started seeing more trios, whether it was two rappers and a singer, or you know, or two singers and a rapper, or whatever, or somebody in the singing group could rap, and they would from time to time, stuff like that. So no, I thought they were a singing group, and they classified themselves as like it was rap, funk, and then straight R&B. So T-Boz was like the funk type person. Obviously, Left Eye was the rap, and Chili was the person that's sang the R&B, and you just put them together, and that made TLC. So yeah.
Yes, indeed. Rest in peace to Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Yeah,
man.
Rest in peace.
That's a great answer. I think I would agree. I think they're a singing group. But I've seen people who aren't of the culture try to call them a rap group.
They love calling black people rappers that don't rap. It could be rapper. What's a male singer out? Rapper Tank came out. Like when did Tank? Rapper Usher.
Tevin Campbell.
Right. They love saying that.
Trust me. I did hear remember a couple of years ago when Usher did the Super Bowl. I do remember hearing somebody say rapper Usher is performing at a. I'm like, are you serious? Usher ain't never rapped in his life.
Right.
He ain't never rapped no gifts. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they love doing that.
But I digress. But yeah, great song. I love the song, love the video. That was, correct me if I'm wrong, Ooh on the TLC Tip album, right? Okay.
Yep. What About Your Friends was the second
single.
No, the third. Baby 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 was second, and then What About Your Friends was third.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Baby Baby Baby. Woo. Boy, listen.
Yeah.
You talk about somebody had a crush on Chili. Oh my God. Oh my God. She is just as beautiful in person as ever. The next song, I think you know this one. If you didn't know it, I wouldn't be surprised. The group is called Troop. The song, Sweet November. Does that ring a bell?
It does ring a bell. Troop. I wasn't a big fan of Troop. Obviously, everybody knows Spread My Wings. And Mamacita.
And I Will Always Love You.
Yeah, and I Will Always Love You. But I wasn't a big fan of Troop. So I remember that song. I remember them singing that, but I wasn't a fan, so I don't remember. Like, I would have to hear it play to know exactly the song, but I know I've heard it.
When you play it, because I had to go back and play it. I remember the song very well, but I had to go back and play it just to kind of jog my memory or what have you. It's a really, really good song. The problem is that when it comes to Troop, like, I Will Always Love You is my favorite Troop song. So it ain't touching that. So like, and our Troop's first album, I want to say Sweet November's on their second album, if I'm not mistaken. But their first album, I think, was like 89, 90, somewhere around there. That album is so cold. In fact, I need to go back and listen to it, but that album is so cold. But yeah, this is a really good song. Really good song. I'm not surprised that it was on the Jet singles list.
And it was above TLC.
Huh. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. This next artist, we just recently did a podcast with our homegirl Britt. Shout out to Britt. I Can Talk About This All Day podcast.
Shout out.
And for some reason, you made comments about him singing in your ear.
Yes.
The song is called My
You
Name
made
is...
comments about him not singing in your ear.
Right. I made comments about him not singing in my ear. The song is My Name is Prince. the artist known as Prince Rogers Nelson. You remember that song, My Name is Prince?
I feel like I remember that because that was during the time where he was being defiant. And
I want to say it was a new power generation time, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
My name is Prince and I am funky.
Yeah.
My name is Prince.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Mhm.
He said, I did not come here to fuck around. Something. I came to get down.
Yeah.
He said, I think he started off the song by saying, like, on the first day, on the second day, well, I think he said, like, the second day, basically like the beginning of evolution, God made him.
Mhm.
I mean, it was Prince talking this shit. I love it.
Oh, that's what he did.
Oh,
he
yeah,
also had the best. Michael tried to take the crown from him as far as that, but he had the best short haircut. You want to talk about Toni Braxton and Halle Berry? Wasn't nobody touching Prince.
Music.
No, wasn't nobody touching Prince's. I don't know the asymmetric, whatever that was, that mushroom cut. Wasn't nobody touching that. They tried to try it on Michael. It ain't work for me.
Michael never had hair like Prince.
Yeah, he did. It was on what's the song? He had that hair.
I mean, Mike's my guy. But
whatever was before You Are Not Alone, that's when he had that hair. Because he had grew out a little bit, so it was a little bit longer by the time he did You Are Not Alone.
Oh, you mean when Mike had his hair permed?
Permed.
Okay.
Nobody can touch Prince's perm.
No.
Nobody. Like, not even the girls. It was
yeah,
like
Prince's
you would walk into the beauty shop and give me Prince. Give me that. That's what I want. Nobody was touching that. As he's like banging up against women with that perm. It was.
You know, me and P are like this, but I really didn't pay that much attention to his hair. But yeah, his hair, you know, women probably envied, and I'm just guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Women probably envied how well his hair was kept and managed, and you never seen Prince with his hair busted. Never.
Not
he always
all.
had a fresh cut. Always had fresh edges. I guess that's what y'all call them.
Yep, his edges was laid. Beautifulest girl in the world. That video.
Oh my gosh, you said Prince's edges. You said Prince had edges.
Edges laid. I'm pretty sure he had the baby hair under there too.
All right, now it's time to move on.
I'm not lying. Y'all remember that.
Coming in at number 4. I know you know this artist, but I don't think you know this song. The artist is known as O'Shea Jackson, aka Ice Cube. The song is called Wicked. Do you remember Wicked?
I remember that. I wasn't a fan. I liked Ice Cube, but not really that much. I wasn't listening to that much rap, but I remember. Okay. I do remember Wicked. I will have to hear it to remember all of it, but again, I'm getting visions of like watching videos of it. So I remember Wicked being something that he released. I just don't remember.
You're right, and there was a video for it. The video was wild. It was in black and white.
Okay, was he like sitting in a chair? It was like flashing lights, like strobe lights. Real grungy.
Yes.
Yep.
See, yep. You remember.
So I remember that.
Yeah. And I'll be honest. I want to say that was off the Lethal Injection album. Correct me if I'm wrong if I'm not looking it up. But I'll be honest. Like for me, I think because I'm a diehard Cube fan, right? I think this when Cube started falling off a little bit, just a little bit. Now, when he got to the We Be Clubbing, you know that Brit loves.
We Be Clubbing. Boom.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking with Cube. And to this day, I like if that song comes on, I'm moving out the way. And I love Cube. Again, he's in my top 10 MCs of all time. But the We Be Clubbing version of Cube, nah, that was like the fall off Cube. Because see, there was the on top Cube, and then there was the fall off Cube. And I think Wicked was right around the time where Cube started to fall off. Even though I like that song and I like that album, but I think that might have been his last really, really good album. And we talked about it before. Like sometimes, even with your favorite artist, we get to a point where we ain't really checking for that new music no more.
Yeah,
and it just kind of happens, you know. And then some we never fall off. But I mean, like, as much as I love Stevie Wonder, I mean, if Stevie made an album tomorrow, I'd listen. But I don't know if I'm not going to listen to it the same way I listen to, you know, Hotter Than July. So it's just I don't know.
It
So
depends
Cube,
on the time, the music that they're making. It's
yeah,
like
that too.
if it don't move you the way that some of the other stuff did, because if I'm not mistaken, that came after Today Was a Good Day and all those
Yep.
songs.
Yep.
Those were like popular songs. It wasn't like a poppy crossover thing. It just happened to, like you said, get crossover status. But that to me is where I mean, I didn't listen to NWA, but that's when I really started watching him or listening to him when he did those songs. He did some stuff with like George Clinton and stuff like that.
The Bob Gun.
But yeah, when he started doing that, I was just like, it's not really moving me too much.
Yeah,
I would actually turn that video. Like when it came on, I would go turn it and go watch something else until
the video's cool.
It went off.
If you watch the video, like you said, you vividly remember the video. The video is cool. Listening to the song without the video, not as much. I mean, it's just like I said, that whole album. He had a couple of jams on it. The Bop Gun, I think, was on that like you said, with George Clinton. He had a couple of joints on there. I mean, Cube is gonna be Cube, but the flip side of it is Ice Cube started falling off, and that kind of coincided with his ascension in the movies. So it kind of happens that way. Number 3, I'm almost certain that you've heard this song in this group. I'll be honest, it's a beautiful song, but I got tired of this song very fast. The group is called Shy. Song is called If I Ever Fall in Love Again.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got tired of the song, but I did like it.
Of course,
they had like
you're
2.
A woman. You love y'all, and all
Garfield,
the little dudes
long
is
as
cute.
he's on there, that was my guy.
I don't know none of the dudes' names. Well, who was Garfield?
Yeah. Garfield was the tall one with the curly hair. I think he was the tallest one.
Jay, I don't.
He was the one that was the cutest one. You wouldn't know. Right, you wouldn't know that. No, I'm just saying. The girls out there know who Garfield is from Shy. To me, he was the cutest one.
Okay.
I don't even remember the other big. No, that's Silk. I would say
all
Big
I know
G,
is they
Lil
went.
G.
I think those guys went to Howard. That was it.
They did, but Garfield dated Coco
from SWV.
He was in the Week video, if you remember that.
I only remember SWV from the Week video.
Oh,
I don't remember no dudes in the Week video.
I was like, why is he in this video? And then I heard that they were dating. But
I was on YouTube yesterday, and the Downtown video came up. I was like, oh shit, I ain't seen this in years.
Yeah, but I remember this song, and they had it was mainly a cappella, right? But they also had like a total a cappella version of that as well that they used to play, the video used to play. But I remember this because the guys, again, during talent shows, that they would pick this song and thinking there's somebody singing this song or whatever. But yeah, I like that song.
Okay, so you're doing so far so good. You've recognized every song so far in the home stretch. All right, so now we're at number 2. I'll be honest, I love this song. The group, I don't really remember them doing any other songs besides this song, and I'm sure that they did, but the group is called Portrait, and the song is called Here We Go Again.
Love this song. Here we go. And the music, you just not play the song, you just play the music. It's just such a jam. But
it is. It still is.
I climb a mountain. What mountain? I swim the sea.
Yes.
What sea? See what I mean?
No.
No. Was it? Am I making this up? Portrait. Was it one of Brian McKnight's brothers in this?
Could be.
Or am I thinking about Take 6? I know Take 6 for sure had one of the brothers. But I thought Portrait had somebody.
Wasn't Take 6? No.
Take 6 had Claude McKnight in it.
I thought Take 6 was what's the guy's brother? Babyface's brother. Or is that after 7?
That's after 7.
Okay.
I know Take 6 had Brian McKnight's brother. Take 6 was a gospel group that got mainstream attention.
Okay.
So I could listen to them for sure. I had all their music because that was a gospel group. But yeah, I remember. But I could have sworn, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
Portrait was somebody. They were affiliated with somebody. I just can't remember. But I used to love that song and just the music. I'm gonna have to go listen to this when I get off.
It is a jam. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to it. All right, so we're at number 1. This may come as a surprise to you. but this was this is probably the first time I've ever looked at a Jet singles and the song that was number one, and I didn't remember it. It's two artists. The artist is Shabba Ranks. You mentioned Shabba a little earlier, featuring Johnny Gill. The song is called "Slow and Sexy." Do you remember that one?
Slow and Sexy.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Why was that number one? Slow and Sexy.
I have no idea. Maybe they paid for it. I don't know.
Shabba Ranks and Johnny Gill. I had to listen because
you're gonna have to listen to it.
I've ever heard that.
When you listen to it, you're like, yeah, okay, I think I remember this because that's what I said. But when I let it play, I let it play for a while. I was like, yeah, I probably remember hearing it, but it wouldn't have been number one for me. But it is what it is.
No, that don't ring a bell at all.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they did a song together. Shabba Ranks and Johnny Gill. That's weird.
Trust me, when you hear it, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. And then you're gonna think about it a little bit more. You're like, well, do I remember this song? Because you're gonna try to place where you were at that particular time, and like you may not remember hearing the song. I remember hearing it, but it's not like, again, if this was the number 20 song, cool. The fact that it was number one, I was like, how's it a number one song that I barely know?
What About Your Friends? Because that was hot during that time. And End of the Road.
And Rump Shaker.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I will give you, before we conclude this episode, I will give you one guess as to what year do you think that that these songs made the Jet singles list.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, because some of these songs threw me off.
Okay.
But I'm feeling this was, because I know how old I was when I was singing No Ordinary Love, or the age range. But then some of this other stuff I thought was older than what it is, or maybe they just happen to be popular years after. That would make sense, years after it came out. I don't know, but I'm gonna go for 94.
Is that your final answer?
I think it's too early to do 93. I'm gonna go 94. I don't think it's 95 yet. I'm gonna go 94.
Okay. You are incorrect.
What is it? 92? 93?
The year is 1992. If you're
Wait
watching,
a minute. 92?
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm holding up the cover or Spotify.
There's no way. 92?
This is the Jet magazine from
What About Your Friends didn't come out in 92?
February 17th, 1992.
Wait a minute.
That's what it's saying here. What About Your Friends came out in 91, I think.
No, it did not.
Okay, look it up.
It couldn't be. TLC came out in, hold on, now I got it. 92? Because Chuckie Booker, that's what made me think it was earlier than that, because I remember listening to that before I got into high school. So I'm like, I know that's an older song, but End of the Road wasn't, I guess it was around that same time, but
yeah, the only way I could associate this with 1992 is that I know that the movie Boomerang came out in 1992. That's the only, and there were two songs that made this list that were on the soundtrack. So without looking at it, that's how I knew it was 1992. But yeah, outside of that, I didn't know, because
92?
In 92, I was in college at South Carolina State University. So I was outside. I was running around, playing football, having a good time on a black college campus. And Jay's younger than me, so she probably was in like third grade. so she wouldn't know. But
no,
yeah.
you're okay. 92. That was okay. That was when I'm transitioning from leaving, either I'm in junior high or going to high school, somewhere around that time. That's why that's throwing me off. Because I remember listening to Chuckie Booker when I rode the bus. And I was only riding the bus at that time going to my junior high. But TLC was not during that time. I don't know. That's just very weird.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought 92. It was 94, but I guess I'm wrong.
I thought you were going to say 93.
I was leaning towards 93, but I'm like, no, it can't be, because I don't remember Shy and all them being that early. But it just seems so far away. I guess it is these days.
Yeah,
people, I'm saying 92 and 94, and the kids are like, we weren't even born yet.
Right.
So
I mean,
these two dinosaurs on here talking about music.
Right. It's 30 plus years.
Oh, man.
I was telling my kids, like, I will be going to my 35th class reunion this year in high school when I graduated in 1991. So like, it's been that long. But the crazy part about it is, like, even though it's been that long, I still remember this music like it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember where I was. I remember where I was when I heard some of these songs. Like you mentioned the Ice Cube. You're not even a fan of Ice Cube like that, but you remember the video. You remember the strobe lights.
Because we were watching. Yeah.
Because we were watching videos and we were outside. And I mean, like, and we didn't have the internet, kids. I mean, like, that was the beauty of the time that we came up in, because everything was outside and we found stuff and we found music, and you listed off some of the tapes that you brought, and I had some of the CDs, and I remember TLC's first video, and I was like, oh my gosh, these chicks are bad. Like, it was a good time. Great time.
It's 92. Now I'm mad about that, because I really felt like
she gonna get off the podcast and be like, man, I can't believe
I'm really upset, because I should know the TLC, but I'm like, I just feel like that was so long ago, like it was way earlier, but I guess it's not. 92 is when they came out.
Again, it was a time. It was a time. So yeah,
a great
time. Yeah. Great time. Yeah. I don't think I'm going out on a limb by saying they don't make music like this anymore. They just don't.
And you won't find anything, like, looking at charts these days, you won't find anything like this diverse in music. Because
we literally touched on songs from, like you said, with a gospel background, R&B, traditional R&B, a little kind of neo-soulish R&B, hip-hop. I don't even, New Jack Swing with Rump Shaker. I mean, you had, and reggae, because this,
reggae,
Flex is a reggae song, and Shabba Ranks and Johnny Gill.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, Dre, trust me, you've heard this song before. You'll play it when we get off this episode. You'll be like, yeah, I heard this. But like you said, if you were moving around, and you clearly were, it probably wasn't on your radar. I definitely didn't have it at number one. So they kind of had me a little, I was a little put back by that, because I was like, wow, how's this song number one? Maybe. And so I'm going to send it to our friends in a group chat and say, hey, do y'all remember this song? Because I vaguely remember it. I'm almost certain that Britt probably knows it. Baylor doesn't. I'd be surprised.
I think Britt probably.
Yeah, I think Britt. I think Britt probably. She's probably heard of this. I'm almost certain Baylor probably never heard that song.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I'll put in the group chat.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, Jay, tell folks where they can find you, where they can check out all of your shenanigans and the things that you got cracking.
This was fun. We got to do another one. That's not 6 months apart.
I got another one already.
Oh, okay. Well, we just have to plan it out when we get off of this.
Say less.
But yeah, thanks for having me on. It's always fun.
For sure.
But y'all can find me on let me see. Oh, IG, I just changed it to J Spot Network. That's where you can find, it's my little hub where you can find all my different things that I'm doing. You can catch me on YouTube, same thing, at the J Spot Network. You can catch me on Twitter at the J Spot Network. I talk about everything, mainly sports on my YouTube and my
now, which sports are you talking about on your YouTube?
I talk women's sports. Women's basketball is what I mainly talk. So right now we're covering Unrivaled, which is an off-season basketball league, professional basketball league. And then if and when the W comes back, I'll be covering that, because they're going through some CBA negotiations.
Let's hope and pray. Let's hope and pray.
And I cover college. So mainly South Carolina, LSU, and Notre Dame college women's basketball. If you go over to my Patreon, I got a lot of stuff coming up there. I got this idea from Kyle. I don't know if I had told you about this, but I have a new series called Replay Yay or Nay. I got the series from Kyle because Kyle has a series or he would talk about replay value, and he'll pick some albums, and then him and his guests will go through the songs, talk about how they like them or not like them, or how they feel about them, and then kind of rate the album versus what they used to. And then, so I got the idea because Brandy and Monica were out on tour, and everybody, I feel like Brandy got a resurgence of fans that didn't really know like how she really is that girl. And I've always been a huge fan of Brandy, so people were like reviewing her old albums, like, oh, I didn't know Brandy was like this or whatever. So I decided to go back and listen to albums that I used to really love back in the day and see if I still feel the same way about them. So Brandy's on there. And give some songs a chance that I used to skip, because there's some albums where I had like 3 songs I really liked, but I skipped everything else. So give those songs a chance, see if I like them. But I call it Replay Yay or Nay. That is going to be exclusively on my Patreon. So hopefully y'all come check that out on patreon.com/JSpot Network. You can be a member for $1 a month. That's not that much. You can be a free member, but you won't get all the content. But I do my music stuff on Patreon, just so I don't have to worry about copyright strikes or nothing like that. You can just come check me out over there. But I haven't dropped those videos yet. I will be dropping them pretty soon. And then my Just J Pod will be coming soon as well this year. So y'all check me out. Just go to my Instagram. I'll have my announcements there.
Definitely. Looking forward to the Just J podcast.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
You might be my first guest.
Hey, just all you gotta do is say, all you gotta do is say the word. I'm there. Are you gonna talk about anything particular, or just whatever?
It's pretty much the same as Jay's Quick 3, except it's not gonna be like the quick and the 3 part was hanging me up, because as I became more comfortable, I would talk more, so it wasn't as quick.
But we didn't care. We were a fan of your podcast.
Because the name of it is Quick 3.
I understand that,
so I couldn't do 3, and it wasn't quick. So,
but we never listened to your podcast for 3 things. We always just listen because it's you.
Yeah, so I decided to rebrand and just drop the Quick 3. So it's still going to be the same show. I'm still going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, pick topics, and I might just talk about one thing for however long I want to talk about it. I'll still have the vibe of the week. So it's not that much changing other than the Quick 3 part.
Okay.
It's just Jay. So if you get it, it's no more Quick 3. It's just Jay.
Just Jay.
So that's where I got the Just Jay, Just Jay pod from.
Which is interesting, because I remember you asking me, like, you was like, I'm not sure what I'm going to name it. I'm like,
took me forever. Yeah.
And look how you figured it out. Just Jay.
Yeah, Just Jay. Dropped the Quick 3. I didn't even think, it just hit me one day.
And I didn't even think about it like that until you just said it. Wow.
Yeah.
So we're definitely looking forward to that. You guys make sure you tap in with Jay, particularly if you're a fan of women's basketball, women's sports. She's got quite a bit to talk about. You guys know where to find me, the Rap Soul Podcast. We drop podcast episodes weekly, as well as our flagship station, the 12 Kyle Podcast. We drop episodes there weekly as well. Make sure that you download, subscribe, and share this podcast with friends, family, or loved ones who enjoy music. So that's going to do it for us. So for my girl Jay, I am your boy 12 Kyle. We will catch you guys next time. 5,000. Cheers.
Peace.
Thank you for listening. This concludes the episode. Be sure to subscribe to the Rap Soul Podcast. You can find the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the podcast on social media. And feel free to continue this discussion on our Reddit page. More importantly, share this podcast with a friend or family member who loves music as much as you do. Until next time, 5,000.